Hey everyone, real quick, we're about to do a reaction video of House of Dragons Season 2. It just launched while we were recording our other podcast, and we stopped in the middle of it, so that's why the other one was kind of stopped abruptly. So, I don't know, I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Tim, immediately, I saw it, I pulled it up on my phone, I saw that it was out, I love House of Dragon, I love it, I love it more than Game of Thrones. I'll say that right here, I love it more than Game of Thrones. It's such a great series, and I wanted to watch it, and then Tim said, stop, we're going to do a reaction, and I've been Tim's essentially making happiness go away up until this recording.
Okay, so, all right, so here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Wait. Okay.
Errors were made in the hours following King Viserys' death.
Ha, Aegon.
The war before.
Oh, Daemon. Oh, we're going to get the battle.
Yes.
Many will die. Who was that? Who got beheaded?
And the victor will eventually ascend the throne.
Oh, we got Aegon and Rhaenyra. Dragons, Battle of Rook's Rest. Battle of Rook.
War so hateful to the gods.
Oh, gosh. I'm so happy.
There's a war between.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 dragon meetups? What is that? Oh, that's Helena.
Looks like a lot more action in this one.
It's the Dance of Dragons. I forgot what her name is. Freaking Helena. Okay. Daemon. Come on, Daemon. Kill somebody. And that was Blood and Cheese. Gosh. Freaking.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh my gosh. That dragon's so beautiful.
Please be very soon.
It's summer of next year.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. Yeah, summer 2024. Yeah.
Okay.
But we got footage. I'm fine with that.
We did, but oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That looked awesome. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So at least I know that it's coming out.
Yeah.
But oh.
Yeah, it just looks so good. Oh my god, I got to rewatch that a bunch of times. I got it. Okay, so you want to go by like frame by frame? I want to go by frame by frame.
We could go by frame by frame.
Not frame. I'm not going frame by frame. I'm not one of those weirdos. Okay, so we got. I'm gonna forget some of the people's names, so forgive me a little bit. But we have Otto Hightower, which is, oh my gosh, anyway?
Let's click off the CC stuff right there.
CC stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Otto Hightower was the Hand of the King, and he said errors were made at the end of Viserys' death, who died in the last season. Viserys was the king, and is he admitting that they shouldn't have taken the throne? Because they took the throne immediately after. They said, we got to kill Rhaenyra, and then, I forgot her name, Alicent. Alicent was the one who's like, hey, let's just not kill Rhaenyra and give her an option for peace first. And then Rhaenyra was like, no, we're going to bring our houses together. And then at the very end, spoiler alert for season 1, as they were building their houses together, there was a bit of a fight between her son and Alicent's son, and then what is it? One of the sons ate the other son. He died, and now the war has begun, and now Rhaenyra is pissed. So this is
you make me. I got to go watch it again.
It's so good. I love it so much. What is it? It's a phenomenal series. So this has got to be Rhaenyra. Very shortly after
she learned of her son's death.
Well, man, not even then, because she's on an island. And I feel like it can't be the Hightowers. She has to be like she's dusty and stuff. So maybe she's finding one of the dragons, because there's a bunch of dragons where they're resting. So she must be finding another dragon for a dragon rider or something. And there's King Aegon. He would not have been king that long. He would have only been king for like maybe a couple weeks at this point. And so I think he's getting used to becoming king at this point. He's very young. He didn't even want to be king, but at the very end, the second to last episode, he kind of got that taste of power for the first time. Kind of felt loved for the first time. And he brought his sword up. Everyone cheered for him. So he's like, oh, well, I got power now. I'm a king, which is going to be, probably makes him into a turd. He's like, barge in at any time, because I'm all over this.
Well, the crazy thing is, I'm glad you're telling me all this, because I watched Game of Thrones. I watched this show before watching GOT, and this show helped me understand GOT even better.
Rock on. Okay.
So you explaining a lot of this for the people who are like, well, why isn't Tim saying anything? It's because I'm actually learning.
Yeah.
So
figuring it out.
Yeah.
All right, so this is King Aegon, and so Daemon has his full armor. He's ready to go because, okay, so everyone knows that House of Dragon is based off A Song of not A Song of Ice and Fire, because that's Game of Thrones. The Dance of the Dragons. And so Dance of the Dragons is not a traditionally written book. It's more of a historical novel on the plot points of what happens. You don't really get any character pieces. And so Damon does a lot of fighting, but I can't remember what kind of fighting he does. So I'm curious what he's armoring up for. So I know that the first episode, it's called A Son for a Son, and we'll get in that in a second. Damon has something to do with that.
So does that imply that she's going to go after the son of the...
Yes, she's going to take one of Alicent's sons because her son killed one of Lucas. I think Lucerys. I don't quite remember his name. There's so many names. All of them are the same. So this is one of the battles. I'll go back a little bit. This is one of the battles. I think it's the Battle of Rook's Rest, and I might be mistaking the battle, but it's one of the earlier battles that take place over a big giant field, and one of the dragons gets. I don't want to say what happens, but it's a dragon fight. It's a dragon fight. I want to say,
don't spoil it, because me and my wife don't know.
Yeah. I'll try not to spoil anything.
Okay.
Otto Hightower, he's
Many will die.
bummed out. Allison saying many will die. Yeah, it's a war. That happens. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is at all. I have no idea.
That's not the guy that was protecting
Oh, wait, that's
her?
Kristen Cole.
That's the one that was protecting her, right?
Oh, you're right. I didn't even realize he has such a different haircut. He has such an F-boy haircut in the old ones. Also, he just turned into a simp midway through. But what is it? No, he looks very different from that haircut. I didn't even realize that was him the first time. Yeah, that's Kristen Cole beheading somebody. Don't know who he's beheading. There's Aegon looking menacing and creepy.
And the victor will eventually.
The whole point of this show is essentially just
What great casting though, because when they had her when she was younger, it's believable that that's the same. Sometimes they cast an older person to play. That they have in the movie where they're young and then they're older, and you kind of look like that doesn't really look like them. I feel like they did perfect casting for her.
Yeah, and same thing with like Alicent. Whoever they got to play young Alicent did such a perfect job of getting her young naivete, and then the old Alicent is more like. Not wounded, but jaded, and she portrays that perfectly. Yeah, see, older Alicent right there. I'm not sure what she's doing. HBO original series. That guy was apparently the son of the snake. He may be a bastard child of a sea snake. Remember the sea snake? He was the black guy with like the long blonde dreads.
Yeah,
he's the king of.
The Navy or
he's the guy that has all the ships. So that might be one of his bastard kids, but he's also a dragon rider, assumingly. There's a Battle of Rook's Rest. There's round table planning for war. I guess this is the same table that Daenerys used in Game of Thrones. Same location too.
War so hateful to the gods.
There's the sea snake. There's Daemon beheading somebody, which is interesting.
Matt Smith is so perfect for that role.
He's the best. Patty Smith probably had the best performance of the last series, but Daemon's the best character in my opinion. He's the most interesting and the most interesting to see unfold, especially because I know what happens to him. I'm very excited.
No.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing because I don't even know 100% what's happening right here. The throne. People walking. I don't know what this is at all.
Doesn't she look like Rose Byrne?
Who's Rose Byrne?
She was in Star Wars. She's in Bridesmaids. Did you ever see her?
Boy, no, I've never seen.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
I've never seen Bridesmaids. Yeah. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Between kin.
Oh, I don't know what this is at all.
That looks so cool.
Man, I don't even know whose dragons these are because that black one, that black dragon or the gray dragon, I don't know whose that dragon that is at all. And I know that's Rhaenyra's dragon, Starfire. I'm so wrong on that.
That looks totally reminds me of World of Warcraft.
Kind of does.
Because we have the proto drakes that we drive around. But anyway, go on.
It's kind of funny. That's Helena. She was the weird blonde girl in the old one. But she was saying a lot of like weird prophecies. But she actually in the books, this isn't a spoiler. She actually has the ability to predict the future, but like in prophecies. So if you hear her say stuff, that actually means something. So what is it? In the first season, when she was saying like there's a monster under the floorboards, she's talking about like two things right there. It can mean two things. It could be the impending war about Rhaenyra versus Aegon, and it's also the actual dragon under the floorboards when she like the dragon like pops up and kills a bunch of civilians. Good job. So that's her. I don't know what she's doing. car action. That's the Battle of Rook's Rest with people getting burned to freaking dust.
So bloody as a war between dragons.
I don't know what she's screaming about. Probably death and stuff. I forgot who that is too. There's Allison. Don't know who that is. Damon. What was that? Oh. Okay, pause. Okay, so this, I'm not going to spoil what happens in this thing because I know what this is. I know exactly what this is. This is the episode of Blood and Cheese. I'm not going to say what Blood and Cheese is. I don't know why I'm doing the Trump thing. But it's like, it's Blood and Cheese.
It's huge.
It's huge. I saw it and I say, wow, it was huge. But this, if you know what Blood and Cheese is in the Game of Thrones community and the House Dragon community, you know what this is. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I'm not going to say. Fighting. And then Vagar. That's the dragon's name, Vagar. Which is the biggest dragon in the world.
Ooh.
Which,
That gets me so excited.
dude, I mean, the reason we're seeing battles is because this is the actual Dance of Dragons. This is the real battle that was
Okay.
the other one was building up to.
How many seasons are supposed to be in this? Did they say?
George R. R. Martin said 4.
4?
So
Okay.
4 seasons.
Okay. So are these books also? Have these been written?
These have already been written. Like this.
So
is,
they can't screw up the last bit.
No, they can't. It's impossible. They even mentioned Dance of Dragons in Game of Thrones. They mentioned the history. They actually don't watch Game. Here's the problem. In Game of Thrones, they tell you the ending, what happens. If you go back and listen to what the characters are saying, especially Joffrey in one very specific scene, they tell you what happens.
Yeah, you know what's funny is someone told me that. I pointed out that you can learn from it from the dialogue.
Yep.
It's so funny that this drops because of the fact that I was just at work a day or two ago, and I was eating lunch with shout out to my coworkers Chris and Valerie, and we were talking. They brought up Game of Thrones, and we were talking about House of Dragon and when is it coming out, and we were totally getting deep into it. And then it's funny that this drops. But all right, man. Hey, thank you for the breakdown.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
that was awesome.
I'm glad you were here for this.
I'm happy to see it. This is my first time seeing it. I saw it like small clip, and then you immediately said reaction time. That was fun. That was awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.